everyone, and welcome to the midday edition of the Throwback News Trackers, brought to you by
Wonderful Cloaca Maxima!
We have some wonderfully exciting headlines that spread over decades of Roman awesomeness. To start with, we're going to Super Sports Reporter Sheridan with news about the gladiatorial games. To you, Sheridan.
Hi everyone, I'm here at the Coliseum on this beautiful day, and as you can see, these massive gladiators are getting ready for the gladiatorial games, where there will be chariot races, fun, and best of all, a glorious fight to the death between all the warriors. It is perfect weather for all this entertainment, as it is only a little cloudy without any rain. I would say the day couldn't get any better. And with that said, let's take it back to Bales.
Today, it's raining for the first time in 4 months. Isn't that great? I'm here around the big lovely structure, the Coliseum. Perfect weather for the gladiatorial games. Kind of. It's raining buckets, but that'll make for a very interesting chariot race. If you're planning on coming to the games today, I would recommend you wear a raincoat or like a waterproof toga. Good news is that the drought is over, but dealing with all this rain is the problem of the people here at the games. Unfortunately, the rain has really started coming down here, and they're having a really hard time dealing with all this mud. So I must inform you that sadly, the gladiatorial games will probably not be taking place. Let's get back to Sheridan to see what other sports are available for the entertainment of the populace.
Well, as you can see, a giant storm just took place, and I'm now standing here at the soaking wet Roman Coliseum. Since the weather has dramatically changed on us, the games probably will now be canceled due to this weather. On the bright side, the lakes and rivers will be filled with water and abundance of fish to go fishing for, as fishing is one of the oldest known Roman sports to pass time with. I know you will all enjoy it, hopefully. You also could go take a leisurely swim if fishing isn't your thing. Now back to Anna. Snowball fight!
This week looks like the weather will really start to shape up after today and tomorrow's days of rain. Let's look at our 5-day forecast for more. So this rain will keep up until Tuesday, where we have highs in the 50s. Lucky for you farmers out there, but the gladiatorial games look like they'll be postponed until Wednesday. Now we have a warm front sweeping in from the west, and that'll keep us in the 60s for a good couple of days. And that's as far as we can tell here in the weather room. But trust us, we have state-of-the-art equipment.
And now the ever-wonderful Lauren will interview a man not only known for his prowess in battle, but also for his nobility and humility. Lauren, do the honors and interview the great Cincinnatus.
Today we are lucky enough to be standing with Cincinnatus in our very own newsroom. Cincinnatus has been said to have been plowing his bountiful fields when officials of Rome picked him right off his farm and declared him dictator of Rome. In 458 BC, the Romans were in a pinch. The Achaea had some of the Roman army cornered on a mountain. In times of need, the Roman law states that each Roman must do his duty to his country. Here comes Cincinnatus himself, still working on his glorious fields as if he never left them.
I really did leave my fields. Well, I guess only for a short time. You can barely call 16 days of dictatorship anything special.
Anything special? You saved Rome from almost imminent doom.
I wouldn't say it was a big deal. I was only serving my country. A mere 16 days is nothing compared to the 6 months I could have been in office.
In those short 16 days, you defended Rome against a huge rival. Then you were so modest and selfless that you refused all military honors. What went through your head when you were a big man calling all the shots?
I just wanted to make sure I was keeping my fellow Romans safe. I simply rescued a few of my fellow citizens in their time of need.
That is quite the understatement. You almost single-handedly led the rescue of an army.
I don't know about that.
I heard you were called to duty again during the plebeian revolt. Is that true?
No, that was just an old tale told by a few charismatic admirers. There's little truth in that story.
Thank you for setting the record straight, Cincinnatus. We'll see you next time with Roaming with the Romans.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be back to you shortly after this quick commercial break with more interesting news.
Have you ever really wanted to get that perfect grimace? The face that would send your advisors scurrying away in fear? Don't worry. Join our Dear Emperor Caligula by buying our newest product, the mirror. What do you have to say about our product, Caligula? Yes. This is great. Just look at my new face. As you can see, our top customer is very pleased with our product. Mirrors, mirrors, many much mirrors! Woo!
Very interesting, everyone. Next up is one of my personal favorites. Bringing us the latest review on Rome's famous art, literature, and architecture is, pause for effect, the haute couture and...
We all know the legend of Romulus and Remus, the legend that captivated the hearts of many Romans, young and old. But did you know that there is another very intriguing story of how our great Rome came to be? And now, a reading from the epic Aeneid, one of the world's earliest poets, Virgil, to tell us about this newfangled legend. Weeping, I drew away from our old country. I took to the open sea, borne outward into exile with my people, my sun, my hearth gods, and the greater gods. Now, making landfall under the south wind there, I plotted out on that curved shore the walls of a colony, though the fates opposed it. And I devised the name Aenidae for the people from my own, adapted from Virgil, Aeneid. As the story goes, Aeneas, a Trojan hero, and his band of followers sailed the Mediterranean Sea after the Greeks captured Troy. The Trojans eventually ended up at the mouth of the river Tiber. Aeneas then united the Trojans, the local people, and some of the Latins through many years of marriage and war. Aeneas was then named the father of the Romans. The Romans, talented in their arts and literature, paved the way for many poets and writers of ancient and modern times. So thank you for listening to this very sophisticated episode of The Riveting Romans.
And now, interviewing the famed Julius Caesar, we have Lauren up again.
We're lucky to be here with Rome's most ionic figure, Julius Caesar. Julius has been brought here from the dead by the gods, meaning taken here by our time travel machine, for this very exclusive interview.
Hello, Lauren. What a nice day it is to be alive. I believe we're just coming out of a drought. Perfect for my reincarnation.
Yes, how wonderful. Let's cut to the chase. So, could you give me a walkthrough of how you gained your powers?
Of course, my dear. Well, it all started with Sulla in 78 BC, and it went quite well from there. After I returned from winning a few wars in Asia, I was the idol of the people of Rome. I had completely captured my throne, and with a few well-placed bribes, I was destined for fame. That is, until a certain Cleopatra got in the way.
Oh, do tell me what happened. I do love a good love story.
A good love story? You want a good love story? It's me and Cleopatra. We had more chemistry than baking soda and vinegar.
Yes, I would say that did blow up in your face.
You can both tell me your stories. Do sit now. But one at a time. I believe love is in the air.
Yes, I believe love is in the air too. But not with this overly stuffed munchkin. Now, if I could get back to where I was before I was so rudely interrupted, I was talking about my dearest love, Cleopatra. We were so in love, I was so devoted to her that I went to stay in Egypt with her. For a while, that was. Back in Rome, they missed me so much, they even named a salad after me.
Any salad can be a Caesar salad if you stab it up.
That was so funny, I nearly died. Just kidding, I literally died.
That was quite uncalled for. So, if we could get past the whole macho thing.
Well, after the romantic got googly eyes for my girl, he lost all of his friends, who decided he was a no-good lovebird, and even his closest friend was included in the stabbing.
Look, now comes Cleopatra herself. She can set the record straight. Anthony, let's not lose your hope. I can't believe that after I died, you found another man, and I thought what we had was important. It was.
There's only one way to solve this. The ultimate bachelorette throwback. Alright, so here are the pros and cons of each relationship. Cleopatra. First, let's look at Julius. Julius rose to power through some pretty unfortunate deaths of his rivals. Of course, in 72 BC, he was elected military tribune. Then in 59 BC, was elected consul. Quite the rich man. Caesar worked alongside Pompey, but was never particularly close with Pompey. In 47 BC, Julius had a son with Cleopatra. His name was Caesarion.
My pride and joy.
After Caesar's good friend Julia, the wife of Pompey, passed away during childbirth, Pompey and Julius grew further apart. On March 15, 44 BC, Caesar was brutally stabbed to death by his fellow politicians.
Enough about that old geezer.
I'll say, but your stories aren't much better though. While stationed in southern Turkey, Antony pursued Cleopatra trying to help fund his army. Fulvia, Antony's wife, and her brother Lucius rebelled against your partner Octavian. Later, his wife died, so he married Octavian's sister. While using Cleopatra to gain funds for Antony's army, he accidentally had 3 kids with her. While Rome was thrown into a civil war, Antony committed suicide, then was taken to lay in Cleopatra's arms to die.
After hearing both sides of the story, I now know who I'll choose for my husband.
And who will that be?
Julius Caesar, will you accept this rose?
Yes! After everything I did for you, this is how you treat me?
Whatever. You just wanted me for my money. There was no real connection. And you were always drunk anyways. You were always worshiping the wine god Bacchus.
Well, I think it's about time we close with this dramatic interview. Thanks for listening to the Ultimate Bachelorette Throwback Edition.
We'll be back right after this short commercial break.
Oh, I didn't notice you there. Have you heard? Unfortunately, our dear Emperor Julius Caesar has been brutally murdered. So we want you for a place as a patrician. Are you tired of being a poor, despicable plebeian, just an inferior artist, shopkeeper, or farmer? Are you tired of not being able to hold public office? Are you tired of having less social status than those around you, the patricians? Well, those hard times are over. Here's a call if you want to be a wealthy landowner. Here's a call if you want to get a chance to be a consul, maybe even a praetor. Just imagine being able to judge as a praetor or head the army and run the government as a consul. So apply at your nearest... Oh, fine print. You have to have been born as a patrician to actually become a patrician. Sorry, plebeians. You'll have to wait until 471 BC to do anything at all. Bye.
And as an honorary patrician, I may have to run for office myself. Anyways, next up we have the ever-eloquent Blaine bringing us a report live of some very, very important events. Let's go to Blaine covering the Punic Wars.
Thank you, Tia. Today I'm here at the site of when Hamilcar Barca plunged into the Jucker River on his horse during the First Punic War. As you can see, everyone here is affected by the loss of their Carthaginian general and statesman of Cyrene. Hamilcar rose to fame in the last few years of the First Punic. Rome had conquered several cities of Sicily. Now we're going to hear a few words from Hannibal, Hamilcar's son.
I grew up with my father's army. I had a direct experience with warfare. I was raised to be a soldier and a leader.
Do you plan on taking over Carthage for your father and following his footsteps to get back at Rome to rebuild Carthaginian power?
Oh yes, my dearie. I would do anything to get back at Rome. Rome shouldn't have beaten my father in the First Punic War. I still can't believe we were defeated by Rome.
Now back to your father. What exactly caused Hamilcar to jump into the river, ending his life?
Well, you see, in the winter of 229 BC, I joined my father to claim siege of a town in Spain. During the fighting, and at an opportune moment, the Spaniards attacked my father and his troops. My father was trapped between the Spaniards and the Jucar River. He did not want to be killed by the Spaniards, so he jumped in the river, ending his life.
Suicide! What are your plans for Carthage? How do you plan to attack Rome again?
With this bad boy right here.
You plan on using elephants? How do you use elephants?
Well, first off, we had to tame the elephants. Trust me, it wasn't easy. Then we had to breed the elephants once they reached maturity and they were engaged in battle and warfare.
What were the tactical uses that you used on your war elephant?
We would charge and have the elephants swing their tusks and trunks while they were trampled the enemy line.
What were the advantages the elephants brought to the battlefield?
The elephants provided a safe and stable platform that the archers could attack right above in the middle of the battlefield, which made targets easier to hit.
Oh, that's very interesting. What tactics do you plan on using?
The pincer movement. The flanks of the opponent are attacked simultaneously in a pinching motion after the opponent has advanced towards the center of the army, which is responding by moving its outside forces to the enemy's flanks in order to surround the enemy.
So I hear that you're hated by most of Rome. Is that true?
Yeah. One time I had a Roman soldier go up against one of my elephants. He went underneath and cut open its stomach. I am a ruthless leader. I kill anyone that opposes me. Watch out, little lady.
What did you do to the soldier?
Oh, I had him put to death immediately. No biggie.
The townspeople also say that you burned your wife and kids. Did you, and why?
Certainly, I had them beaten to death and burned alive because I didn't want them to run away to another man.
But why?
Because it's bloody revenge, baby.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Blood revenge. Better watch out. Now let's go to Sheridan with an interview with Caesar Augustus.
Wow, that was great. And now we have Sheridan, not only introducing this man, but also speaking about his legend. It's the amazing guy, Caesar Augustus.
As we all know, Julius Caesar was brutally murdered by a mysterious group of people yesterday, March 15th, 44 BC. I bet we are all curious to know who the new leader will be taking over the throne of Julius, and today I have the answer for you. And the new leader is Caesar Augustus!
They see me rolling, they hate it, patrolling, they trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me
Caesar Augustus himself is here today. I object to this leader. Immediately started to have plans for the empire that didn't involve you.
Excuse me, Julius Caesar wrote my name down to take over, not your name.
Well, sucks for you! We're rolling!
Let's take this outside, boys.
We are outside! Slow motion! So, after that courageous battle, tell me, Augustus, how does it feel to be the new leader of Rome?
It's great. I feel on top of the world.
Aren't you nervous at all to be ruling this country? I mean, it seems like a lot of pressure being 18 and all.
Nah, man, I got this.
I admire your spirit, Mr. Augustus. I hope all goes well for you.
Thanks, babe. See you later.
Let's
Go out, Stella!
patrolling, they trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me dirty.
Well, there you have it, Rome. The new leader of Rome is Caesar Augustus. Now for a short commercial break.
We all know about the decline of the Republic, and we here at Roman Real Estate are just as sad about it as the rest of you. But at RRE, we always try to find the silver lining of a cloud. And the bright side to this predicament is land! Lots of land just waiting for you to buy it. Have you ever longed for your own latifundia? Do you not care if you force farmers out of business? If so, this is a great opportunity for you. We have acres and acres of land for sale. Buy now! We're just up on the hill, and the first caller will get 50% off. I'll take 10 acres! I see, we already have our first caller. Call soon or we'll be all out.
Welcome back, everyone. And today, on August 19th, 14 AD, I am here at Caesar Augustus' funeral, where it has been a hard week for the Roman Empire. And Augustus was pronounced dead earlier today and was killed by a fatal illness. In Augustus' life, he took on hard battles and started the Pax Romana, which means Roman peace. The Pax Romana has created a larger Roman Empire which expands from England all the way down to Iraq. Overall, us Romans should be happy for what Augustus created and started for us all. And as we mourn the loss of a great leader, we must keep in mind that Augustus would not want us to stop building Rome larger and stronger, but to celebrate his life. Now let's get back to Blaine Waters covering the Kalends.
And the last bit of news brought to you today, tomorrow will be the Kalends, the first Monday of March. So Regina Sacrum, the queen of our rights, will be making a sacrifice to Juno, the goddess of the Kalends is sacred to. And today we'll be actually seeing a sacrifice. Bring in the sacred cow. Any last words to say to our viewers?
No!
Your last words will definitely be remembered.
Come, Bessie.
For Juno!
Thanks for that interesting bit on the calendars, Blaine. You know, time just flies when you need to time travel back to the 21st century, and coincidentally, that's exactly what we have to do. So see you next time on the evening edition of the Throwback News Chapters.